Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I got a recipe for you guys here today. It's a holiday recipe, and this particular recipe differs from some of the other recipes that I've showed you guys in the past. Most of the recipes that I've shown you out of the old cookbooks was from my mother and my grandmother, my mother's side of the family. But this one here today is from my grandmother on my father's side of the family, and they lived in town, so there was that a little bit of a difference between the town recipes and the farm recipes. And this particular recipe here is called Stollen, and Stollen is a holiday or Christmas bread it was a sweet yeast bread that is made with dried fruit. Now, the one good thing about these recipes is a lot of these recipes are subjective to the ingredients to a certain extent. You can really kind of change up the ingredients and you can make these recipes your own. And Stollen was most commonly made at Christmas time, but I also seen variations that was made at Thanksgiving and at Easter. So it was a holiday time, fall, winter type recipe, because a lot of the things that are in this recipe, like the dried fruit and the citrus rind and stuff, that would have been only available in the fall and the winter. So it's sort of a seasonal bread, and it's something that the old timers, it would have been the stuff that they had on hand at the time as well. I'm actually going to read this recipe to you out of the book here. I think there's a few things that are missing in this recipe, and I'm going to go over that with you as I read this to you. So I'm going to tweak this recipe a little bit, and then I'm going to copy all the adjustments that I made to this particular recipe down in the description, so you guys got that for your reference if you want to try making this yourself. One thing like this Stollen here, it's very close to what like a raisin bread is, and very good toasted. And another thing is it would be very good to make like French toast out of as well. But I'm going to read this to you here. Christmas Stollen. It's got 3 cups of milk. It's got 3/4 of a cup of shortening. I'm actually going to use butter in this. 2 cups of sugar, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of powdered cardamom, the rind of 1 lemon, which I'm going to grate, 2 cups of raisins, and then it says 1 cup of mixed fruit. And I believe what they meant in here, they meant dried mixed fruit. So that's actually what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a dried mixed fruit. Half this recipe is in my dad's handwriting, and the other half, or the addendums that are on here, are in my mother's handwriting. And then it says 1.5 cups of nuts, which I'm actually going to omit from this because I'm not supposed to have the nuts anyway. And then this is kind of the neat part of this. It says 5 cents worth of yeast. And then behind it, in my mother's handwriting, it's got 2 tablespoons of yeast, which more or less I'm going to just basically use 1 packet. And then it says enough flour to make a stiff dough, let rise and bake. And it doesn't give me any baking time. It doesn't give me any temperature, so I'm going to do 350. And it doesn't tell me how much flour. And with the 3 cups of milk and the eggs and stuff, I'm going to add flour as I go, and then I'll add that in the description how much I used in the finished product. And then it's got bake in bread tins, and I'm actually going to use glass bread pans that I have here, Pyrex ones. And then underneath it says, in my mom's handwriting, try using 1/3 of a cup of oil in place of shortening. And then underneath it says proof yeast in 1/2 cup of warm water and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Let's set 15 to 20 minutes to make sure, of course, that the yeast is good. So anyway, I got all my ingredients out here. I got a little bit of a deal on some bread flour, so that's the type of flour that I'm going to use in this particular recipe. I'm going to get everything together here and going to get a batch stirred up for you guys. All right, I'm going to start by mixing together the eggs, the butter, the sugar, the cardamom, and the salt. I'm going to beat that together with the electric mixer, get that cream drill well, and then I'm going to add my milk into it. All right, guys, I got my milk incorporated into my sugar, egg, and shortening mixture, and I got my mixed fruit here and my lemon peel that I'm going to use. I grated the lemon peel. I used a combination of dried berries, which is cranberries, golden raisins, and cherries, regular raisins, and I used dried pineapple, and I actually kind of rough chopped them up a little bit. You could really use any type of dried fruit in this. You could use dried apricots, you could use dried blueberries, whatever you have. I'm going to add that in, and then I'm going to add my proofed yeast mixture in. I'm going to kind of get that incorporated. Then I'm going to start adding the flour in until I get the dough to the consistency that I want to get it in my bread pans. Here is our rough dough. I put 10 cups of flour into that mixture to get it all absorbed and to the consistency that I want it to be. Now I'm going to let this rest for probably about 15 minutes or so. Then I'm going to get it divided up. I'm going to get it in my greased bread pans, and then we're going to let it rise again, and then we're going to get it in the oven. All right, after about 15 minutes, I divided the dough into 3 equal portions. I was 1 bread pan shy, so I decided to use Mom's old casserole dish for this. It'll work just fine. But with well-greased hands, I just formed the loaves up and put them into the greased bread pans here and the greased casserole dish. Now I'm going to let them raise up a little bit. I'd like to see them almost fill these pans up completely before I put them in the oven. When they're raised, then I'm going to put them in a 350 degree oven. We're going to bake them. We're going to watch the time, and then I'll give you a time when they're done. Well, these guys had a chance to bake and cool. I baked them about 50 minutes and then took them out of the pan, set them on the rack until they could cool off decently. And then I actually frosted 1 loaf because we're going to use 1 loaf right away. These could be frosted or left plain or covered with powdered sugar. Those were the 3 ways that I seen these. Of course, this stuff can be toasted. It can be used for French toast. You can have butter on these. You can have cream cheese on it. However you like it. I'm going to give it a little try here. And with that citrus peel in here, it's got a real citrusy, it's got a sweet taste, but not like an overly sweet taste. And with a little bit of frosting or powdered sugar on there, it gives it just that like added pop. It's just very, very good. But this is the Stollen, as I remember it, out of my grandmother's cookbook, with some addendums from my mother on there. But I just wanted to make this for you guys in case you want to make these for the holidays coming up. Like I said, it makes a big batch, but you can freeze this and you can use it at a different point in time as well. That's what I'm going to do here with these. I'm going to freeze the extras and save them for the holidays coming up. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys got a little information, a little entertainment out of this video as always, and you guys have a good one.